my wife is pregnant and I'm super excited. Not only pregnant, but also pregnant with twins. Not only twins, but she's actually pregnant with a boy and a girl. So we're really stoked. But also, it kind of like starts stressing me in the sense of time. So time and how we divide our time is always something that I'm concerned about and something that I explored and trying to optimize our time in practice. And now when this is kind of happening, you know, I'm thinking about it even more, and it made me realize that a lot of us are in that boat, you know, of like how to optimize time. How do we try and maximize the practice, even if it's a little bit of time, to get better as fast as we can. I want to share a few points that really changed everything for me and for a lot of colleagues of mine. This is information that is kind of hard to find, and it took me quite a while to get there, so I'm really happy and excited to share with you and save you a lot of time. Now, in regards to the twins, if you have any advice, please drop a comment and let me know. I'll check all the comments and I'll try to gather some information, tips, ideas, anything to help survive the first few months. I heard it's a little crazy, so let me know and let's dive in. The first very important realization is knowing that you actually control your time and schedule. Now, of course, we all have things that we have to do, need to do, but there are still slots available, and prioritizing music, guitar, what you love, again, whether it's running, whether it's playing music, is very important. And the first thing that I do, and I really encourage you guys to do, is setting specific times, being consistent and having time in your calendar. If you use a calendar, please Google Calendar, a block of time that you say guitar. It can be 15 minutes, it can be 20 minutes, it can be half an hour. Identify time slots and dedicate those time slots to practice, to music, to create what you love. Do not overwhelm yourself. So although you want to practice music and be really great, that's amazing and awesome, but remember to be simple. So what I mean by that, when you have a time slot, so let's say half an hour, instead of saying I need to practice 20 things, no, I'm going to practice 3 things. So decide 3 elements, 3 things that really you care about and you feel that you need to work on. It could be 10 minutes of chords, 10 minutes of scales, and 10 minutes learning my favorite song. It doesn't matter how you divide it, but I think 3 elements would be really helpful to really nail and consistently work on throughout the week, maybe even 2 weeks, and sometimes longer periods of time. Have your guitar, your instrument handy. What I mean by that is don't tuck it under the sofa in a shell case, in a hard case, and just have it handy. See it in the back of your eye, just so you can grab it. So you can just grab it and play it. It will actually help a lot for your conscious mind, like, yeah, I'm gonna play guitar. Really simple, very effective. You know that feeling? You actually have 20 minutes, you're sitting down with your instrument, your guitar, and then somebody's calling you, texting you, answering just a little thing. All of a sudden you have 4 minutes left in your time slot. So, of course, urgent things are okay, and if you need to take care of it, take care of it. But in general, it's really helpful to create a space where you can create. That means having the phone off or just turn it face down, airplane mode. If you have a room that you can close the door, very simple act, but actually helpful, honestly. So just try to create a space where you're practicing and you're deciding. Your phone can be out of the room, or again, airplane mode, no scrolling, no texting, just focusing on the task. Again, simple, hard to do, but really helpful. When you have your time slot that you decided, it's really helpful to break it down into smaller pieces. So let's say you have an hour to practice. Great. I would not really do 60 minutes of C major scale exercise. I would break it down to some technical stuff, and those I would break down to 5 or 10 minute segments, because for me, it's really hard for me to keep focus, or I would say really alert and focused and excited for long periods of time. So I will change the exercises. The most important thing when we practice, we want to be very engaged, excited and engaged. For that, we need to break things down to even smaller pieces. So if you decide you want to practice something for half an hour, no problem, but maybe make some adjustments within that half an hour so it's still exciting for you. Of course, some tasks take longer. If you transcribe a solo, learn a song, sometimes it can be half an hour, or even more, depends on how long it is. But some tasks, some things that we work on can be really broken down to smaller chunks, and it's really helpful to adjust them and change them so you are fresh. Do what you love. You know, we're talking about making music, playing guitar, and how to optimize. Now, optimization really works well when you are excited. So instead of thinking that you need to know everything guitar world now, today, or yesterday, like a lot of people feel, I'm saying like take one song that you're super excited about. You're excited about this song, this Jimi Hendrix tune, great, go learn. You're excited about this Michael Jackson thing, great. Take just this song for a couple of days, for a week, for a month, and really nail it. Take something and perfect it. Really crush it. One of the places that most guitar players and musicians fall is not being able to take the exercise into music. So, you know, a lot of guitar players say like, yeah, I can play the position of C major, but I can't solo, I can't create. The reason is that you're practicing the exercise and not the music within the exercise. What I mean is C major is a template. It's sort of like conjugating verbs. It's great. It's not a problem. It's an important part of the process, but it's important to actually talk, even if you make mistakes. So from the get-go, it's very important to take this piece of information, the C major, the A minor pentatonic, and create with it. Even if you know only 5 notes, half a position, always create. You will be amazed at what half an hour a day can do. It's insane. I started shedding piano. I mean, again, 20 minutes, half an hour a day. That's it. I'm little by little getting a little by little better. Again, I have no professional aspiration with piano. I do it because I just freaking love it. And the same thing, I think for a lot of us, we love to play guitar. We don't necessarily want to play at Carnegie Hall. It's totally great. But what I'm saying is, even if you make a choice to practice half an hour a day, it can be a huge difference, especially if you're consistent. So consistency is the key. You can decide that your time slot is 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. and that's it. That's your half an hour every day. Try it for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you'll be amazed at where you are. The learning curve goes kind of quickly, you know, so try it. One of the biggest mistakes people do is when they practice something, they don't stop. What I mean by stopping is, let's say I'm trying to move between those 2 shapes, those 2 bar chords, just 2 shapes, and I keep messing this sound, right? It's okay. But what can really make a breakthrough in my playing is understanding what this shape is, what this shape is, and what is the issue. A lot of times we are unaware of the problem itself and we just try again and again and again. We are in this loop of failure, and it's okay to fail, it's not a problem, but it's a little faster when we can recognize why we fail. So you can say even that I don't see the shape. You know, that's totally fine. So that's also easy to fix, right? I'm saying it because a lot of times the answer is quite simple. I don't see the shape. I don't understand what notes I'm playing. By understanding, by seeing the shape, by feeling the sounds, connecting emotionally, you can actually get way, way better, way faster. And it's simple little things that make our practice better. Understanding where we fall, where we stumble when we play. Oh, what just happened? It doesn't sound right. Oh, okay, so this finger needs to be here. Okay, what does that mean? What is this chord? Okay, this is A major, this is how it sounds. And of course, it works for A major and it also works for A7 flat 9. It doesn't matter what chord it is. What matters is that path of articulating to ourselves what is the problem, what did we do wrong, and how can we do it a little better, 1-2% better every day, and you'll be amazed at where you will be. Music is the art of listening. So understanding that and trying to emotionally connect to the sound and feel those colors will make a huge difference in how you practice, the way you practice, and how fast you internalize information. So I'm saying it's not about just shapes, but these shapes contain emotional baggage in the most positive way, because it makes me feel in a certain way, especially if the guitar is not exactly tuned. But it's more than just shapes, it's sounds and feelings, and trying to ask yourself what it makes you feel will actually affect tremendously how fast you progress. Because if you can tag the information, even if it's not verbal, it's just like, this makes me feel ... then you start feeling it and your body will remember this information and you will remember that better. It really, really works. All right, thank you so much for listening and checking it out. Please let me know if you have any kids advice. I'm a little bit, very new to this, so please, any help would be appreciated. Thank you again, and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.